Hi, everyone. Welcome
Hi.
to Heart Centered Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And today I have a special guest with me who has just recently started her YouTube channel. It's growing. Be patient. Everything's happening.
It's a
But
work in progress.
exactly, a work in progress. So I have CLEO the Seer with me. So everyone say hi to CLEO. Welcome her on board here.
Hey, everyone.
So, hello to Spirit Watcher Suzanne, one of my members. Janet C is here. Yvette Braggs is here. Viviani is here. So, thank you guys. I know that the notices just kind of went out because we were a few minutes late in getting started. So, people will start coming in, but that's okay until they get here. We can just kind of chit chat and hello, Starhawk. So,
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about is
hmm,
you and I were on my sister channel about a week ago,
yep.
and you brought up an oracle deck that you were working with. Now, I don't use the tarot or the oracle or any of that stuff. I'm just a medium, and
Hmm. Just a medium.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was, this morning I was thinking, I might, I was kind of leaning towards maybe getting involved with the tarot. And I thought the tarot interferes with my spirit guides, with the messages coming through.
Yeah.
But you brought up the oracle cards, and I thought, and the cards you brought up, I think it was called the Rebel deck. And
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then the way you did that, I thought, you know what, those things, something resonated with me with that
Yeah.
particular deck. And so I'm thinking about learning how to use that and kind of incorporate that, because the problem with the tarot cards is I start focusing on the pictures rather than the question. Where with the oracle cards, I think
Yeah.
it comes out a little bit differently. By the way, who makes the Rebel uh, oracle
The,
cards?
the Rebel deck. That's a good question. I'm going to try to find it and post it because I've taken all of my cards out of their decks. The boxes are stored underneath my bed, and the cards I have sort of on this little thing that is meant for nail polish, right?
Okay. How many decks of cards are you dealing with?
Lots,
Oh, okay.
lots. So it depends on which one happens to call me. But I think yeah, you were talking about this one, right?
Yeah.
Like okay, this card says detox, and the message is drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out.
Yeah, I like that deck.
Yes, you know, if you go to Amazon, I'm willing to bet that you can find it on Amazon. And yeah, just look for the Rebel deck.
Okay.
But I'll try to get who it is and post it on there for you. Absolutely.
Because
And
the other thing I've noticed with this collaboration on YouTube, which is really a brand new thing, and from at first when I first heard about it, I thought, well, that's not going to work. And actually, it works better than I
better,
could ever imagine.
yeah,
And I was thinking it's really kind of difficult to take a name out of a chat session who comes up with a question, post a question to 2, 4, 6 people, and it takes me a while to kind of sometimes, not always, but sometimes to kind of get a handle on where I'm going with that. And I
yeah,
noticed with the tarot card readers, they get something that inspires them right away is those cards. So
yeah.
that's why I'm kind of thinking of moving not to the tarot, but to the oracle cards to just specifically for that kind of a reading.
Hmm.
Um, with other things like politics and stuff, I don't
Yeah.
I don't need that. But yeah, I'm just that's I'm really curious about how you feel about this collaboration. I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I've noticed it takes some practice. And
It does take a little bit of practice, and the first few times that you do it. I mean, I remember my first collaboration. I I was as nervous as all get out. I really was. And when I look back on it now, I kind of have to laugh and go, geez, wow, you should have just sat back and relaxed, right?
Uh-huh.
Instead of,
Yeah.
um, I really like the collaborations because it gives me an opportunity to work with like-minded people,
Right.
but also to sometimes maybe work with people whose ideas might be a little different than my own, because that's how I learn, is through listening to someone else, hearing what they have to say and going, hey, I didn't think of that, but okay, yeah, that works and whatnot. um, Plus, it's also a really good it's a good way for me to see what kind of decks other people are working with. Because very often, if you go into a shop and you're interested in buying a deck, it's sealed. So there might have a few pictures on the back of a couple of the cards, but you don't really get a feel or a sense for the cards. Watching someone work with the deck and they're showing you the cards, um, it gives me more of an impression about, oh, okay, yeah, that I'd be interested in taking a closer look, and I'd be interested in having that deck. So yeah, I find it very, very useful. And
Well, and like I said, the people that I've worked with that were doing the tarot, I was inspired by what they said. And then stuff started coming through clearer. And
yeah,
then I thought, well, isn't this crazy? You're taking a group of people that don't know each other.
yep,
They're getting on YouTube through the internet.
yep,
We're not one on one. We're not talking to somebody and taking a piece of jewelry or something like
yep,
that. And it's just amazing to me that this works so well.
yep.
Um, and it kind of makes me wonder, are the spirit guides in cahoots with one another?
Oh, yes, no doubt,
Because it
no
comes
doubt.
it comes down to, you might start off with kind of individual thinking on a question, and then it culminates into everybody kind of goes to the same area. That's just
Yeah,
nuts that can happen. So
yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
I love it when, yeah, you're right, where people in different locations were reading on the one topic, and our cards may not be identical, but the message behind them is generally very the same,
Yeah, it's
right?
just crazy.
So, yeah, absolutely. I really, really enjoy that. I love that. I've met some wonderful people. I've got, the yeah, so many positive things. There really isn't anything negative at all that I can say. So,
Right. And it's just, I mean, I've been working with Val from Dragonfly Crystals and Tarot Stash and
yes. Hello, Taylor
Allison.
Stash. Hello, Gerald. He's
And
popped in here.
there we go. And
Yeah.
then Allison with Aries Girl.
Yes.
And, and when we get together for the Mystic Four, you know, we got four different opinions about one question, and it all culminates into,
Yep.
I might say something like, I see it a little bit differently, and then but no, I don't. When it comes down to it, it's the same response, same answer, and it's just crazy that kind of thing, to me, that works out. And that's why I'm saying the spirit guides must be in cahoots. How else could this possibly happen?
I think that they absolutely are. If I look at kind of where I am today versus where I was and trace it backwards, I can see all the times that spirit has stepped in and kind of guided me in one direction or another. And it has always been beneficial. It's always been, something unique that has come up. So,
Well, and amazingly accurate. Um,
yes.
I mean, I think it's Susan Lynn that says she's about 90% accurate. And at first, when I heard that, I thought, whoa, I don't know. And if you go back in time and before
Yeah.
YouTube, nobody was really saying that. But then I watch what she does. Oh my God, she is about 90% accurate. And it's just amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, let me just say hello to Miriam Bratton, who's here. Uh, Yvette Braggs is here. Sheila Edwards. Hey, you guys. Of course, Daryl.
Hey,
Daryl.
Gerald.
Yeah. Tarot Stash. And as a matter of fact, Gerald is on coming on my channel next week. Let me just double check, but I'm so looking forward to it. Actually, on the 8th, August the 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, looking forward to that.
Gerald is so much fun. and
Uh-huh.
he's been hosting the Mystic Four the last couple of times we've been on, and he's
Yeah,
just come up with some really fun, clever, humorous things, and I love
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I wanted to just a little bit of housekeeping, you guys. If you want, if you want Cleo's information, go down in the description of the video, and it will give you her information in there. It also tells you about upcoming shows and when they're scheduled, so on. It will also give you ways to get in touch with me if you're interested in booking a personal reading. My email is in there. Supporting the channel through PayPal, that's in there, and also the announcement and the start of memberships on the channel. So I am really, really grateful for the opportunity to do that and to have people who join different levels of membership and to interact with them and that kind of stuff. So I'm just thrilled. So go over to, even though Cleo doesn't have any content on her channel yet, just go over, subscribe, hit the bell. When she posts something, you'll be the first one to know. So,
And
and
I
it's
see
always
Viviani is doing all this work for me too. Thank you again, Viviani.
yes,
She's been very, very helpful, and
yes,
yeah, there's some others
absolutely.
too, but I don't know where they're at today.
Oh, they'll pop in and out. Believe me, they're kind of all over the place. They really are very um, I don't know, mysterious because they just kind of pop up everywhere. They take care of us. Um, you know,
Yeah,
they, yeah, they they just make sure that the chat flows smoothly. It's honestly, I don't know what I would do if they weren't there.
yeah,
So
and they're very, very helpful.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
So,
So Sharon,
we want to try to do a reading for Viviani? She has a
Yes, actually, we will. We certainly will. What I did want to do first is just kind of get a little more information about you. I know that Colleen, the Cool Crone, is your sister,
yes, yes.
and yet you work with her quite a bit and so on. So, what's it like for you to have two? Kind of spiritually psychic people. Uh,
In the same family?
yeah, in the same family, like growing up. What was that like?
Well, the whole family is kind of psychic, but um, I've got two older brothers. Well, one is deceased, but he said he was clairvoyant, and he did a lot of work with this kind of stuff. However, we were estranged, so I don't really know what was going on with him. But my other brother, he's psychic, and my sister and my parents have never said they were, but every once in a while my dad would say something like, yeah, maybe I'm psychic. And I'm like, yeah, duh. I can't get away with anything without you. I can't, how did you know
Exactly.
that? Um, but
Yeah.
with my sister and I just watched what she was doing, and she was so into astrology at a young age,
Mm.
and also then she got into tarot and all these different facets of metaphysical that she got into. Um, I didn't pay that much attention to it. Um, I was aware that I had these little psychic things going on, but it wasn't until I was a lot older when I ran into some problems in my life and started well, looking for help, looking for guidance. I didn't really know what spirit guides were.
Yeah.
But I was in my whole life, my whole world turned upside down. And I mean, I lost everything, and I was physically sick, and I couldn't work. And I mean, I was just in a real mess. So I guess through prayer and meditation, because I couldn't figure out what else to do,
Yeah.
things started coming to me. And it took a while. I mean, I was such a complainer. I was so far uh, feeling so sorry for myself. And finally, the spirit guide said, "Cleo, would you just shut up a minute? Would you?" You know, and I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Who's talking to me? Who is that?" So anyway, that you know, it came to me then. So my connection like this is totally different than what my sister had been through. As with my brother, it's totally
Yeah.
different. So
Yeah.
you know, throughout our lives, yeah, we'd pick up stuff and try little things. I know when we were younger, we maybe fooled around with the Ouija board a little bit. And then I kind of thought, I don't like the vibe I'm getting from this Ouija board. So
Yeah.
I put that away. And, um, you know, but we didn't, you'd think we'd spend more time dealing with it, where actually we spent more time now. She's the one that got me onto YouTube and interested in this.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so we're really closer now than we ever have been through this the psychic community here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, it's not unusual that most of us that are spiritual have um, have come to this place after traumatic life events. Um, you know, when you do have that, you know, personal what do they call it, the hard night of the soul, or the anyway, when you go through personal experience that just knocks you on your keister, so that anything that you thought was real all of a sudden doesn't appear real.
Yeah.
And so you question everything, and that's when the voices come in and say, okay, you're ready now. You know, we've been trying to talk to you for a good long time, but you know, you weren't listening. Dark night of the soul. Yes. Thank you, Gerald. Yeah. When we go through that. So um I think that is,
A pretty common
yeah,
thing.
it
Yeah,
is.
you know,
Yeah.
I was in just such a devastating place and so scared because I just didn't know, my future just looked
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, it just wasn't working out. So yeah, I would say that the spirit guides saved my life, and then
Yes.
they also put me on a much better spiritual path. And it took a long time. It was a lot of work, but
Yeah.
it was so well worth it. So the very worst things that could happen to me happened, and turned out to be the very best things that just changed my life forever. And I'm so grateful. And I,
Absolutely.
I'm just amazed that, you know, I'm amazed that I'm here today doing this, but also just,
Yeah.
you know, what it's done in my life. I feel like I'm the most grateful person on the planet, because
Yeah.
it could have gone much, much worse.
Yeah. I know I can identify with that, because it's like kind of reviewing your whole life, and you know, why do I believe that? You know, who who made me believe this, and under what circumstances? And you know, does it work for me now? No, it doesn't. Get rid of it, replace it with something else. Like, it's when the messages started coming in, they were fast and furious, right?
Yeah.
Because then, yes, we're ready to hear them. So absolutely. Yeah, there. Let me just star. Yeah, we do have a couple of questions. We'll get to them in a minute. And yeah, Sharon said, I must admit that sometimes it seems everyone had gifts since childhood, and I get a bit jealous. as far as I know, I have no psychic gifts, but I really like being in the atmosphere. You know what? You're not that different. Really and truly, Sharon, is I think maybe you just haven't identified your gift yet, or maybe your gift is just to be a presence in the community. Sometimes that's all that's required. And yeah, I guess she says, I guess one person's dark night of the soul is different than others. Many years I did not want to live. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, totally get that. And
Yeah, and as far
I,
as if you think you're not being psychic, what you need to focus on, whether it's psychic or not, is if you're connecting with your spirit guides. Because once you make that connection, and maybe you don't have to hear them, also
yeah,
you can just put something out there, and all of a sudden you'll notice you've been guided, and that spirit guide, it's perfect. They guide you to the way that's going to be most beneficial for you. So uh, and that's also, you've got to be a little bit psychic, I guess, to get to that. But
yeah,
although you may not hear it, or you may not think of yourself as psychic or wanting to do readings or anything like that, everybody has the opportunity to look to their soul to find out what their spirit guides want them to do. And like I said, all you have to do is maybe a little meditation, or if you're not even good at that, go ahead and just put out a question. Put out something that concerns you, and give it a few days, and you'll be amazed
yeah.
that things could just all of a sudden fall into your lap, and you're like, wow, how did that happen? And then you remember, oh yeah, I asked. That's all you have to do is
Exactly.
ask.
Yeah. And here you go, sweetheart. You're there. Yeah, I talk to angels and I've done Reiki. Yeah, absolutely. Reiki is energy work. It's yeah, you're connected. You just don't realize you're connected.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you absolutely are. You absolutely are. So, okay, if you guys, we do have a few questions. If there's something that you would like us to read on or to look at, please put it in all caps. Okay, and yeah, we'll take it one at a time and see what we come up with. So, hey, Terry, at Holding Your Space, how are you? Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Okay, so the first question comes in from Viviani. And she says, may I have a message about the future career opportunities and finances, please? And thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've had some very good luck in the last little while with um, the Tarot Grand Deluxe deck. So that's what I'll use and see what we come up with. Yeah, nice to see you too, Terry. So, future career opportunities.
I'm wondering, Viviani, if we have done something similar for you before. Of course, that's a different vibration then, or different energy then than now.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
I think we might have. Maybe I'm confusing you with somebody else, but this career opportunities and finances. First of all, the end result is very positive and very good and very. While you're looking for a whole career, not just a job or not just something to get by on. So, yeah, that really feels like that's going to happen. Now, time-wise, I'll back up a minute. Let Marina go ahead and see what she comes up with.
Yeah. Okay. So what I got is yes, there is change coming, and it's coming in pretty quick, and it sounds like there actually might be two different, maybe even three different opportunities that are coming at you at about the same time. Okay. So I've got the Knight of Swords. That's energy that is just charging in. It's coming at you fast and furious. Then I got the Moon, um, which tells me that, okay, because it's coming in so fast, you need to do not make an instant decision. You need to just take it all in and go, yeah, okay, let me think about it. Let me just think about it, okay? Because there's one of these opportunities sounds like it's going to work out and it's going to be really good for you. Um, but then there's others, the other one or two, there's little things that are kind of behind there where they're explaining the opportunity to you. They're just leaving certain things out. Okay, so the High Priestess is what makes me think that there's something secret. There's something that they're just sort of holding back, and they're going to want you to make a quick decision, and that's the last thing you want to do. I got the Eight of Wands, the boom energy really coming in, and then I got the Devil. And when I saw that pop out, the first thing that I thought of was, devil in the details, or the details in the devil. Yeah, devil in the details. So they're yes, they're going to present these opportunities to you. They are going to be good. One of them is going to resonate with you. The other ones look at sort of very from take a step back and look at it and just um, double check whatever you're being told. Just double check to make sure that you're getting the full story and not just what they want you to hear. So
Yeah, I get that same kind of thing, that there's several opportunities out there. They're
yeah,
coming your way, but you will know, if you do what Marina just told you, to kind of step back and view everything. You will gravitate towards the right one,
yeah,
um, and it's going to be a good thing. And finances from it will be good.
absolutely. Yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
you might end up, okay. You might end up making more money than you ever have. So good for you.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Financial independence or something better. Whatever. Yeah. So hello, Samantha. And who else? And Starhawk came in. Rose Blue, hello. And Cheyenne Shining. Thank you for being here. Okay. My voice is kind of cracking like a like a young teenager. Oh my God. Okay. So Yvette wants to know, will the researchers find information on my dad's hidden insurance policy and pension? Yes, they will.
Yeah, I get it. I get a response on that right away.
Yeah.
That yes, they will. However, they've got to do the searching. They've got to do the footwork.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And
we're assuming that there is a hidden insurance policy and pension, and I think there is. It sure feels like it. And like I said, it's the person that are researching this. If they're lackadaisical on it, don't hesitate to maybe pursue other people that can do this same kind of work, because it's out there. And you deserve to benefit from this.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the Three of Cups. There is celebration coming. There is um, good news and whatnot. And with the Fool, it's new beginnings. It's new starts. Taking a leap of faith on whatever. But yes, I think Cleo is absolutely right. Make sure that the people that are behind it are actually doing what they should be doing, because it's very easy to you know you do a cursory look And there might be something that you need to delve into a little deeper, but you miss it because you're too busy just looking at the surface. So, yeah, make sure that you're on top of them. And for some reason, um, yeah, the the 10 of Wands, there, if they, whoever is looking after it now, if they feel burdened by this or don't have the time to devote to this, then find someone else who actually will find that. But it's, the information not only exists, but I think the policy, and I'm seeing the policy in like a dark envelope that's folded several ways, and it's between two, sandwiched between two things that you can't.
Does it have an elastic band around it? It feels like it's got an elastic band around with some, it's more than just a policy. There's a bunch of information in there.
In there, yeah,
with an elastic band around it. That's what I just picked up on.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's between two things, so that if you were to come at it and look at it straight, it wouldn't occur to you that there's something in between these two things, right?
Yeah, they've got to take it out, pull it apart, and see what they're looking at. And maybe that's where they screw up a little bit, because I see you going to more than one agency or whoever does this kind of work, more than one. Yet if somebody comes back to you and says, I looked and there's nothing, don't accept that, because there is something in there. But you just got, like I said, you've got to look. You may have to, maybe it's not actually an elastic band, but you have to take off the wrapping in order to see what is inside there, because that's the information you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the same thing I got with an envelope that's folded. It's like folded in half and then folded this way, and so definitely do that. And
so cool. You got some fun happening there as far as some money.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, Sheila Edwards. And Sheila says, would you ask my guides if I will be able to go to my cousin's 5th anniversary? I'm getting older and have to drive about 100 miles to get there. You don't have to drive 100 miles to get there. There are ways.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. You need to get a lift. You need to get somebody else to go with you, or somebody else to drive, or take that's not really a bus, like a train kind of a thing. But maybe that's not it at all. But I just think that you don't have to be behind the wheel to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I will toss a couple cards. I'm just going to go back and make sure that I didn't miss anything, and it doesn't look like I have, so that's all right. Hello, Jill Petaway. Oh, there we go. And Celtic Seer has a question. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let me get to Sheila's question. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody else doing the driving. So this could be maybe it's somebody else driving your car. They're just driving you.
That could happen.
Yeah, they're someone needs a lift, or they're going somewhere. I think if you, in your little community, I think if you put the word out that I need to get to such and such a place, I don't trust myself to, if I'll be able to drive the 100 miles or whatever, how long it takes to get there. Does anyone know of someone who's going in that direction that I can either, get a lift with, or, that would be willing to drive my car to get me there, right?
Well, and I think it's somebody that's going to the same event.
Yeah.
Same anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Different ideas. Okay. The nine of coins is, yeah, just looking at, think outside the box. You know, don't just think that you have to do this yourself and that's the only way that you can get there. Think outside the box. If ultimately, um, you decide that no, you wanted to do this alone, um, why couldn't you drive 50 miles today, stop at a hotel, treat yourself to a dip in the swimming pool, and then do the other 50 the next day, right? So just be open to opportunities and things that might come up that you hadn't considered. Yeah, be open to it. But I think yeah, absolutely, you're going to
Well,
get there.
I am feeling that she's not. She doesn't feel comfortable about making that 100-mile drive. Maybe not even making the 50-mile drive. And if that's the case, don't do that. And definitely look.
Yeah,
Look for somebody else to help you out with this because um, I feel like it would be best if you didn't if you weren't the driver. I see you going to this fifth
yeah,
anniversary, but I don't, I don't think you're the driver. I don't think that's how you get there. So whether it's your car or somebody else's car, you need somebody else is going to be driving you to that. And I think that that is the
yeah,
best decision for you. Um, could you make it? You could make it, but boy, by the time you get there, you're just going to be exhausted from the drive. I mean, I
yeah,
know how you feel. I mean,
yeah,
I would have trouble probably going 100 miles away from my house right now. Um, I'm not feeling as comfortable about driving, and part of me says if I don't feel comfortable about it, don't do it because
yeah,
I don't want to cause an accident. I don't want to hurt
yeah.
anybody else, so I would have somebody else do it. That's just
Exactly.
that's just my perception. But I do feel like you're going,
Yeah,
and you're not you're probably not going to be the driver to get there.
yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And hi, Hilda Flores and Lalima. You don't need to be added to the list right now. If you have a question or a particular thing that you would like us to read on, just put it in the chat in all caps so that I can see it. And then yeah, if we can read on it, we most certainly will. Okay. And Divine Empathic Tarot says, "Good evening, Marina and Cleo. Hello, everyone. Can you tell me if you see me going to my friend's wedding with my friend Matt?" You're going to the wedding. Matt may not be going with you. I think. And I think you know that Matt probably isn't going to go because he has promised to do things with you in the past and has bailed at the last minute. So that's the reason that you're asking the question, is because you think he's going to bail, and chances are he is. So
Yeah,
plan.
he's not into weddings,
No. So
but
he's
I see you going. I
yeah,
see you going. You know, Matt's probably a great guy, but you don't need Matt to go to the wedding. And
yeah, yeah, exactly. Let me just pull one. Yeah, you can so do this on your own. Okay, got the Three of Cups. Yeah, absolutely. Celebration. There's a party, something's going on. You're part of it. So you're at the wedding. Matt is kind of the hangman. He may be there, he may not be there. So don't count on him. Um, if he goes, perfect. It's a bonus. but don't count on him being there, because yeah, you can handle this. I think you're wondering about the expenses and whatnot. You're going to be fine. You can absolutely do this and take care of that. So,
Well, and if he goes, he'll go reluctantly. He won't say that, but he doesn't want to disappoint you. But on the other hand, he's just like, I can think of so many other things I'd rather do than go to a wedding. So that's where I'm at with that.
yeah. Yeah. And you don't want to have him there if he's just going to go along. And once you get there and you start having a good time, he's looking at his watch going, are you ready to go? Yeah. 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 Don't do that. So,
You're right.
I hope that resonates.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Okay. Jill Petway. A message from my guide spirit. Okay. Full moon in Aquarius on August 1st. It's a mellow moon. Great time to cleanse all crystals and cards. Thank you, Celtic Seer. That is fantastic. Okay. I will make sure to share that because I know a couple people that are really into the crystals and whatnot. They may already know, but in case they didn't, I'll be more than glad to share that with them. So there. Okay. A message from my guides and spirit. Okay, let me put the tarot away for a second. And I'm going to the Mystic Sisters. What do they have? Okay. Okay, Jill. When you look around and see some of the things, either what you see as other people having in terms of talent or possessions or whatever, and you're kind of feeling a little uncomfortable with, how come they get that? And here I am, and I'm working so hard. Change your thinking, change your perspective. Don't spend your time in kind of coveting what someone else has. Just release and surrender, because that's when those things are going to come to you. The things that you really, really want and desire will come to you when you can let go of the need to kind of compare yourself against others, because no one is better than you and you're not better than anybody else. So just let that go and you'll see things will change, and the what you have been trying to manifest will come in. Yeah.
And kind of pay attention to where you'll just kind of intuitively get some ideas about going somewhere, doing something. It could be something very ordinary, but your guides are trying to get you to follow them a little bit more, to take heed of what is coming to you. Now you're saying a message from your guides. Your guides are saying, listen to us. Don't when something comes up that may seem kind of mundane, don't fight that. Don't discount it. And just kind of go with the flow. There you are. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of things, because then whatever you're working towards will come out much, much better and faster and easier. Once you're a little tiny bit resistant. You don't, it's not a conscious thing.
Yeah.
You don't mean to be, but just know that there's messages that are trying to reach you and to your spirit guides to guide you in a very positive direction. And I see that you are definitely going to get it. You're going to get this. And once you do, you'll feel like a lighter. You'll feel a little lift. And it's enlightenment. Yeah. So between what Marina said and I said, you've got some good things going on.
Yep.
And all you have to do is be a little tiny bit, just a little. It's not that you're not stuck in any way.
Yeah.
Just let this stuff kind of flow through you, and um, be open to whatever comes your way, even though something might come your way and like, oh, I'm not going to do that. As soon as you do that, I take this from my own experience.
Yeah.
As soon as you say, forget it, and then you'll think, well, wait a minute. Okay, what the heck? What's it going to hurt? And then kind of follow those kind of things, and that's your guides working through you to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
It all looks really good. It looks really good.
Totally. Okay. Celtic Seer says, will my agency find me a contract job soon? Contract or job soon? They will. And as a matter of fact, this is going to start off as a contract position that's going to be renewed a couple times. And the company will ultimately offer you a permanent position. That's what it feels like. Let me just double check.
And I was feeling kind of the same thing, that something will open up. And at first you're going to think, well, I mean, I need the job. I'll give it a try. And you'll get in there and you'll kind of think, well, I don't know. As soon as you get the I don't know, just let that go. Just kind of work with this, because that's what will, there could be more than one contract job. That's what I initially thought. But maybe it's the renewed contract job. But either way, yeah, it could turn into a full-time position. Permanent full-time position.
Okay. I swear I did shuffle these cards. And okay. So again, I start off with the Three of Cups. So aside from being a message for you, this is a message for everyone that it's kind of resonating with, is that there will be time for celebration. There will be time to look back on things and say, oh man, you know what? It was a little tough at the moment, but we made it. Man, oh man, did we, we came through. So you're celebrating. Okay. The 10 of Coins is getting what you want. The financially, kind of the ultimate fulfillment. So this is going to be a good paying job. The Emperor, I'm getting a feeling that it's like a small business with a lot of potential. The Knight of Swords, this is going to be a position that you're going to be able to kind of make your own rules as you go along. You might start off a little unsteady, but you're going to find your footing, and you're going to be able to kind of take it from there. And it feels like, you'll be making your own position. I get the Star, which again is kind of ultimate yes, yes, yes. When you want to know when, okay, tarot is really notorious for not knowing times, but I would say 17. I got 17, so maybe 17 days. The 17th day of the month. Yeah, but you're not going to have to wait like, oh yeah, it's coming, sometime in the new year. No, it'll be much, much faster than that. But
I'm thinking September.
Yeah.
or the fall, whichever maybe that would be October as well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, what she said about, that initially it's not gonna, there's gonna be some problems because I think you're the first person they've ever contracted with. So they're not, it's new for them too. Like
Yeah.
maybe they're just trying people out, but then they meet up with you and you find out that it's a little bit trickier because they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you work with them with this, you help organize this for them. And actually you end up creating a position for yourself that you're totally fit for.
Yeah.
And so that's why they end up keeping you. But initially it's kind of a little bit rocky, and you
Yeah.
kind of get a little tiny bit discouraged. But don't be in the long run, because
Yeah.
it's just, you got to work out some of the bumps in the road, and then it works out good, and then you end up with a solid job and making good money, and you're such an asset to this small business.
Yeah.
That they're, and they just, it's a win-win situation, because as you keep working for them, they end up they're so pleased with how you're helping them, and you're so pleased with how well it's working out. So you've
Yeah.
got
Absolutely.
something to really look forward to in this, I believe, this fall.
Yeah. Perfect. And you're the right person for the job. Like she says, been there, done that. Yeah, absolutely. That's why you're going to work out, because yeah, you're going to know what they need before they realize they need it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay, just hang in there with us, guys. We've got 4 questions. We're at 51 minutes, so I think we're doing kind of okay for time. And you are more than welcome. Ah, Jean Kavanaugh, I'd be interested in knowing why my guides would encourage me to primarily focus on what they would like to focus on for the rest of the month. Okay, I getcha. I getcha. Focus on for the rest of the month. Okay. They're telling me that you're really good at putting together a list of things that you need to do, and then you're exceptionally good at ignoring it. So maybe go to your to-do list and try to cross off some of the things that you need, you need to do.
I just wrote down almost the exact same thing. Completion of projects is what you need to deal with. That's exactly it. That you're good at what you do, but you have a tendency to get something started and then you get distracted and go to something else. Boy, I do that too. And so, but you need to finish up a couple of these things, like she said, so you can cross off the list. But yeah, you need to complete some projects, or whatever you've been working towards. Now's the time to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is the guy with all the great ideas, and the vision for the future and how things are going to be, and whatnot. He will tell you the story of what the future looks like. Just don't ask him where to start, because he doesn't know that part, right? So yeah, absolutely. Go to your to-do list. You can go through it. I know you will. Because there's going to be some things that you're going to say, okay, well, no, I don't really need to do that right now. So go through your list, mark down the 3 important things that you really want to get done by the end of the month. We're not that far away.
Yeah,
right?
you're not that far away.
Yeah. And then just do it. Everything else aside, just do those things. And you'll find there's going to be a lot of satisfaction when you do that, when you can say, okay, all right, didn't talk myself out of it, because you're really, really good at talking yourself out of things. You're really good at finding a reason why, well, I was going to do that, but yeah. So it time to get to it. That's what they're saying is You
You know,
can't.
if you don't complete those tasks by the end of this month, by the end of July, keep working on it. You know, it might take a little tiny bit more time. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, you need to focus on that now so that
Yeah,
you can get those things completed. And yeah, you'll do good. But yeah, you put things off. Who doesn't? We all do. Um, you know, especially if it's something that's not critical. But yeah, once you get it done, then you can look back and go, God, finally, I finally finished that. I've been wanting to get that done.
yeah,
Just take the time. You have to take the time to do the stuff.
exactly. Exactly. Okay. All righty. So, Lalima, spirit messages for me for love and career. Well, you're very welcome, Jeannie. Jean. Okay. And
And Celtic Seer says that we've been helpful, and I
thank
appreciate
you.
you telling us that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Okay, Lalima. What I'm getting for you is the current situation that you are involved with, the person that you are involved with is not necessarily someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Um, they're they're good company. They're okay for now, um, but this person isn't really interested in working on the relationship the way that you want to work on a relationship. So you can examine that. You probably have some inkling, that this isn't a permanent thing, so that's okay. Career wise, um, hold tight to where you are right now, whatever job you're in right now. Uh, yeah, already in the process of moving on. Okay, good for you. Hold on to the job just for a little while longer, um, because there's things happening with the job behind the scenes that you are not aware of that ultimately is going to lead to you being able to prosper from that position. Okay. So yeah, the plans are in the works. You may not know about it. Um, but yeah, okay. I did think so, but not anymore. Yeah, no, stay where you are because there's something changes are happening and they're going to be to your benefit.
You know, and I'm reading this message I just keep focusing on love and career. Um, I know you were probably talking about a relationship in love, but also I'm wondering, okay, you took a break for a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm wondering if it's also not just the romantic thing, but your feelings about what it is you're doing in your career, that you love what you're doing or you love what you're going for. Um,
Yeah.
so let's see, as I was planning to go to his country. Oh, wow, you were really going to make a big step there.
Yeah.
Um, it's not very advisable to do that, and kind of look more about not putting so much of your emotions into your relationship as you might want to put into your career, because that is the stepping stone that's going to be most um, uh, satisfying for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's planning to go to his country.
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't do that. I shouldn't. I shouldn't say absolutely. I shouldn't absolutely say that. I mean,
Yeah.
things change. The way it feels right
Yeah.
now, right this moment, not a good idea. Something could come up to change that. Um, but then again, like I said, look to what is it that you love doing? What are you
Yeah.
working towards? And when you're talking about a career, you know, it's so fulfilling to do something that you really
Yeah.
love doing, where you're saying, you know, this is what I've always wanted to do. No
Yeah.
matter what that is, you know, it could be
Yeah.
something that doesn't really feel like that, but really pursue. Let's see.
Yeah.
Now,
And so, yeah, she's saying that no, now she's planning on staying where she is and getting back to job search. Yes.
great,
Yeah.
because there, you know, you're very talented at there's something going on with you that you're really good at, that you really enjoy, that you really love doing, and
Yeah.
that's actually much better
Yeah.
than a relationship right now. The relationship right now just doesn't fit into it, but that's the way I read it, and that's how it felt to me. And like
Yeah.
I said, it's just right. It's right this moment.
Yeah.
It could change. It could change.
Absolutely. And Lalima, if you're, I know you're looking for a little more clarity and whatnot, and that absolutely. If you wanted to reach out to me, we can set up a paid reading, and I'll be more than glad to go into more detail and kind of explore different things with you. But for now, yeah, I think you kind of know where we're leaning towards. So there. But good for you for staying.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's lacking clarity is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's what will force you to focus and get more in line with what you're supposed to be doing. So don't
Yeah.
worry about it that you don't have clarity on it right now. You're not supposed to. You're
Yeah.
supposed to work towards this to figure out what you need to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Hope that helps.
Absolutely. And Andreen, I'm sorry, but the questions are closed. I'm on a bit of a time limit here, so I won't be able to, or we won't be able to address the question here. But if you'd like to, you know, put it up another time or reach out to me at heartcenteredtarot@outlook.com, and yeah, we can take a look at that for you. Okay, Rebecca, I have a seizure condition from a hit and injury many years ago. The older I become, they seem to get worse. I think she mentioned, yeah. Um, yeah, Rebecca, that's something that you kind of need to address with your doctors, because I'm hesitant on reading when it comes to health matters. I can tell you a little bit about maybe the energy around it or whatnot, but to kind of get into a little more specific with that, it's difficult because I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. so, um, but
Well, I think even doctors would have a little bit of a problem with this one. You
yes.
might look in, maybe you need a CT scan or something like that.
Hey,
Um,
Sherry. Yeah.
but but as far as, yeah, if they're getting worse, you definitely need to go back to your doctors and talk to them about it and
Yeah.
get some more testing and see
Yeah.
what's going on. And I don't know if you take medication for this, but maybe they might want to make a change with something like that.
Yes. That's
Uh,
exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but in the end, I feel like you're going to be okay as long as you seek professional assistance in this situation.
Yeah. Totally. Totally. Okay. Rose Blue says, And she is our last question. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, you guys. And I'm only rushing because I have a private reading after this. So, okay. Um, I plan to visit my elderly parents in Florida, miss love them, but also observe is a time yet to ask to move in to help them and live by their rules or wait until next year. Okay. I'll toss them that. In the meantime, Sherry is absolutely right, Rebecca. Keep a journal of every time you have a seizure, or every time that you find you have a headache or something happens, and that'll be something good to take to the doctor. And, they can certainly gather a lot of information and see patterns in when it happens. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a tough one, Rose Blue. Hey, when you wanna go in and help your parents, but the older they get, the more stuck they are in doing things the way they like to do things. But they also realize that they can't do a lot of things. Yeah, not trying to take their independence away from them. You're there to assist, not so much to do things for.
Well, and like all parents, they don't want to burden their kids, and they know that you have your own life.
Yeah.
So I would really play this thing by ear and just kind of feel it out.
Mhm.
Maybe they could really use your help. Depending on what their health concerns are. Um,
Yeah. Okay. This is not only a worry for you, it is a worry for them as well. Because uh hey Kelly, they not only do they see you as, that's our daughter, but you're kind of the sunshine in their world. And they're very apprehensive about having to ask you for help or give the appearance that they actually need help. Okay. They don't like that. They're worried as well on putting the extra burden on you, and if they do that, is that going to kind of put a strain or end your relationship? Okay, so um, they're you're kind of thinking that, well, okay, maybe you should give them a little more time. um, if you Okay, she says, I actually have the time. All right, if you have the time now, why don't you make an agreement, okay, for you're going to go down and you're going to help them out, see how things go for the next 3 months, right? Give yourself that time where you're actually there on a daily basis, kind of looking out for what they need. And you can get used to them and they can get used to you in this kind of new relationship. And it gives you enough time to test it out where both of you know that there's an end point. And at the end of it, you can say, you know what, that's not so bad. I think we can make this work. Or you could say, oh, well, nice try. Maybe we can revisit this again next year. Right? That's kind of what I'm getting. Yes, an extended visit. Yeah.
yeah, and definitely. I mean, have the conversation with them. Just let them know where you're at, what your concerns are about them. Um, and they may just look around like, oh shoot, no, we're fine. But if you see, are they eating okay? Can they get to the store? Are they paying their bills? Are they doing all those kind of things that have to be done on a daily basis? If they're having trouble with that, then you kind of want to might worm your way in there a little bit more and say, I don't mind helping out.
Yep.
Um, so Yeah, I like the idea of just kind of testing out the waters and everybody agreeing one way or the other that their biggest concern is they don't want to interfere in your life.
Yeah.
And they're probably never going to bring it up themselves. It's up to you to bring it up, and just let them know that you're not. This is not an interference. Um, if it was the other way around, would they do it for you? Of course they would. So just make it
Exactly.
kind of a 50-50 even thing. And
Yes.
but I think it'll work out
Yeah.
really good. But I think that you probably might be more permanent in this situation next year.
Yeah.
But they could still use a little bit of help right now, but not full time forever. Um, but it feels like next year is more you're more needed.
Yeah. But certainly give it a test run.
Yeah.
Got nothing to lose. Neither one
And
of you has
just
got anything to
communicate. Let
Yes.
them know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
maybe they would like a little help, but they're afraid to ask, and they don't want to put you out.
Yes.
You've got your own life, and that's the way they look at it, and so they would not.
Yeah.
And how did they do with when their parents were elderly? Did they do that kind of thing? So you got to deal with all the things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so your mother has eyesight, a little bit of eyesight
Yeah.
problem. And there's some mobility.
Macular degeneration. Yeah, that makes it, it can, it makes it a little difficult to see, and especially if she's going for shots. Silly, I'm sorry, sweetheart, we're just closing down. We've been an hour and 11 minutes, and I have a private reading here that I have to go to. So, yeah, maybe next time. Okay.
So Rose, I hope that helps you. Let us know how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? How do you start the conversation? You say, "Listen, I've got an idea I've been thinking about that. What if I was to maybe stay here for an extended period of time, and I could help you out with the groceries. I could help you out with this. I could help you out with that. If you need to go to your appointments, especially if she's going in to the eye place and she's getting injections, she's not driving home after those injections. So just put it out there and say, what do you think? What are your thoughts? They'll tell you. Yeah, they'll tell you.
Yeah,
Ah.
absolutely.
Anyway, so yes, I I do have to run. Thank you, all of you, for being here and for spending part of your afternoon with us here.
Yeah.
And Cleo, it's been lovely. So we'll definitely have to do this again.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We'll
I
schedule
really
another
enjoyed it.
one. And then I'm going to be, kind of needling at you about, well, when are you going to have me on your channel? So we'll get you there.
People are already saying that to me. once I learned StreamYard, once I learned YouTube, all those kind of things, I can't wait to have everybody on my channel.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
One thing at a time. So thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll see you on Monday. We're going to see you on Monday. No, I'll see you on Tuesday, September the 1st. Okay. All righty.
All right.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.